Hello and welcome back to another casual night chit chat show. Woo. Okay. Uh, Another week, another episode. More importantly, actually, is this not to say announcement, but we need to start thinking about one very crucial thing, and that is the purpose of the stream. Now, obviously, before we say anything about it, the first obvious thing is that the stream is mainly, okay, and has been, and it will not change until end of the year. We will still stream brawlers, okay? But this is mainly for next a thing that we need to think about next year because we are in August already. Time will fly very fast. Then, of course, the main thing is the game dev. Yes, actually, it's mainly on the game dev portion. But before we do anything about it, I think that's the most important. Not saying that's the most important. That's the topic for this week, if I'm not mistaken. Well, at least for today. I'm not so sure about the next episode. The next episode, maybe I will go about it as well. And we need to talk about it. Okay, so first thing first is that if not say if okay now it is an issue. Can I really say an issue? No. When a channel loses its main purpose, now the question is the audience, and it goes back way back to some of my earlier episodes and stream. What is the target audience? And the next part is actually the next part is also very important. Is that if your channel is not growing, this is slightly off topic. Not say slightly off topic, but slightly off the main. Uh, okay, you know what? Before we go to that part, we want to establish a few very critical things. Yeah. Before we begin, let me do some housekeeping for the stream. Number one, game dev log. I forgot to do an entry for last week. Luckily, last week was a bit more easy and kinda a mellow episode slash stream per se because we mainly get all the mini game done and it's locked down already, which means mini game is complete in terms of the feature that I want to put in, and we're gonna go through it as well. But that's not that will be on the halftime show, and yep, that's number one. Number two, do we have any news? Let's see. Let's see Tyranno Studios has anything. Because at the end of the day, the first I won't say first important thing, but the first major no, I cannot use the word major though. Can I use the word? Let me see. Let me restructure that sentence a little bit. Okay. No. So, so the main purpose of the channel is to play brawlers. Well, that was the initial reason why I brought out the stream again, and I don't think that has not saying that has changed, but that has changed. Yeah, no, you know what? I have no more excuses already because I want to grow the channel, and the channel has changed. That's the fun bit. The channel has changed a few. Uh, how do I put it? Um, Dang it! I don't know how to put it in this way. It has changes its purpose a few times, and that is something. Yeah. At the end of the day, we still need to kinda. Uh, are we growing? That's the question. Are we growing? Yup. That is a problem. We are not growing. So the first problem is we are not growing, and because of that, is it still worth continue doing the stream and whatnot? So it all goes back to the original question. Okay, so let's start off with a few, not say caveat. We want to list down what is the main purpose of the channel when I started to restream again. Okay, so started, so when I restarted the stream, I don't know how many times already, as in my channel. So the main thing is, hey there Bricker, welcome to the stream. So the main thing is we want to stream brawlers because that's one was the hot thing that I've done last 2 years, and I want to see if I can do it as a mainstay game. So that is number one. Number two, we want to cover as much Web3. Okay, that one's down the line. So it grew from playing brawlers consistently, which we have did. Hey there, Daily Buddha. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so where was I? So we have, yeah, the main purpose of brawlers is to play brawlers consistently. So I've put every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. PT time. And so that's number one. Number two, it serves, you know what, back then I get more viewers, which is great. Get more audience, which is nice. But more importantly, it's mainly on that side. Get things going for brawlers, because brawlers doesn't have a regular stream thingy. So you know what, here we are. So that's the one biggest reason. Actually, that's, yeah. Number two is, do I have a number two there? Do I have a number two? I thought I have a number two reason. Actually, not really. It's just number two is mainly for people to hang out. So that's that. And what else? What else do we have? I think that's it. Wow, no, that's the early part of the stream. It's just to play brawlers. Yeah. So that's that. That's one. Number two, then move on. Okay, so number two, I start introducing the game. No, okay, not game dev part. All right, so before the game dev part, I want to add on a little bit more. Can I say feed? It's not really a feature though. Technically, it's not really. Yeah, this part is interesting because I want to add a little bit, I can say value stream, because normally if we get a cold night like this, right? If there's no games connecting or less games connecting, what can we do about it? So one thing I did introduce is developing my own games. That was early this year. Nope. The idea was, this year. No, this year. I committed for this year because there was a few talks last year, going a few things here and there, and then seeing a lot of Web3 games getting, not say close. First part is lots of Web3 games fail my expectation, fail to deliver. So that's the bulk of it. Number two is how hard can it be? Yes, it was a challenge. How hard can it be to make a simple game? Because most Web3 games are kinda simply. Is that a word, simply? Okay, most Web3 games that I've played are quite simple. Most. Not all of them. Some of them have a little bit more, I would say, work put into it, which is great. And that's nice. So that's that. And yeah, from there, I think things are going good, going great. On the Web3 side for a short period of time. And then I would say everything just go down the drain when, things goes up and down, mainly downwards. Yeah, so that's that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, let me Let me put a pin on that first. Let me restart. Let me restart. Let's see. Let me restart and see what's happening. Okay. While I restart the whole entire game, my game is turned on, which is nice. Let's see. Where was I? Okay. So basically, it's a challenge to see how fast can I not say how fast, how long does it take to make a game? And then of course we're not gonna go very complex game. We're gonna not say copy, right? The first part is I want to implement games that other Web3 project has done and failed. The key thing is it has not say it has to fail. I just want to make sure is if the project fail, I will copy most of the game mechanic and then let's see how fast can I make it. And of course, one of the biggest challenges because I've been talking about brawlers saying, hey, you know what, we need a replay mode. And then that was a challenge, right? Having a replay mode. So I managed to do a simple replay mode that is more likely towards what brawlers can do. Kinda. So that's that. And there we go. All right. So we now, so that was the second reason for me to, that I add on to the channel. So that now we have, this is where we are right now. Half an hour of brawlers, half an hour of game dev, and then we do some chit chat on the side because the whole idea is to chit chat and hang out. Okay, now we have issue connecting. That's going to be interesting. And if we no, this is a very rare occasion. Connection issue. Now the question is, why do we have connection issue? That's also another good question, which we're gonna put on it. And because it's a spur, I won't say spur of the moment, it is an on it is a today's problem. Yep. A today's problem. That's gonna be interesting. Okay. So that's that. A quick little introduction to not saying quick little introduction, quick reintroduction, just to bring everything up to the line. Where are we right now? And let's see. So game dev, oh no, game dev we have to wait for halftime show, but first we want to double check if the game is working, and we are not getting anything. We are not getting anything. Okay, so next part is, all right, and it has always been, if I were to do stream, you know what? Actually, this is much later down the road. So let's see. Last year I did. Okay, let's see when I did restart the stream because I need to do a lot of things. Not say a lot of things, but I want to obviously grow the channel. Unfortunately, my channel is not growing. I think it's going the other way around right now, which is kind of sad. I have to admit. Okay, we have to look at the current situation as well, and that's not to say not good, but that's how, that's how it is. Okay, there is always up and down, and of course when it goes down it goes downwards. And then of course streaming, one of the key thing is it easy or hard to stream? That's the question. Okay, so here we are, the ultimate question. Where is this channel heading? Is it doing well? Is it doing good? So let's do a health check. All right, simple health check. And while we do that, we're gonna wait for if anything is gonna happen on. Okay, put it here like this. And then we have, all right, so report says host matches are connecting, but not room 2. Why? The question is why? What makes it broken? So let's go with that first. Let's talk about how multiplayer games are usually made. But at the same time, I also want to know how they do Actually, no, probably Brawlers is quite easy though. Probably, but then the next question is why? Why they choose that path? So let me bring up MS Paint. And at the same time, I'm gonna just put a host. So we're gonna host a match. All right, I'm gonna copy this. Gonna put it here, and then we're gonna see if anything goes. Now, at the same time, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring out a MS Paint while waiting everything, and of course, you guys don't want to see just a blank, not say blank screen, a screen that has nothing much. So the not say the problem. So multiplayer games, it's a very finicky stuff if implemented wrongly, or rather, is there a word implemented wrongly? Old school. Let's go with the old school. So old school connection. Let's see. Can I use the word PvP? Let's go PvP. Yeah, okay. Old school PvP. I cannot use the word PvP. People get lost. Old school connection. Right? Old school connection has always been a peer-to-peer. P2P. So it's basically me. All right, so I'm gonna write me as a host. So I'm gonna draw a box. So me hosting a game, and then whoever wants to play. So this I'm gonna draw like that. What they do is they will connect. They will connect to me, and then we'll get a game. That is the that is the most old school way to do it. All right. So I'm the host. So me host, and another person will be a how to joiner. Huh. So basically, me host and other people just join in. Yeah. And of course, how to do this? I have to post up. So back then, I need to post like, for example, my IP address and whatnot. But of course, that is a bit clunky because now you have to do a lot of relay of information, which is annoying. So the first revision to the peer-to-peer system was, you know what, fun bit? It was Battle.net by Blizzard. This one made a lot of sense when it comes to the peer-to-peer connection because Battle.net now offers back then offers a platform where people can just, when they post up a game, when they want to host a game, they will appear on a database list that anyone could join. So instead of now giving my like IP, not say IP address, my hosting address and or IP. No, you don't give IP address. In a way, you don't give IP address, but you give your connection address and whatnot. And that's how people connect. And Battle.net literally make things easier. So you connect directly from a client, and then you got a list, and everything is easy peasy. Now the next part is because down the line, all right? So many years later, after the Battle.net, and of course there are other services as well, like Steam. Battle.net made the first, I would say, a gamer move. Right, Battle.net made it a way for gamers to connect. Right, back then gamers are a little bit more, technical. Right, so they know your if you have on a platform, you got your platform address and whatnot. So it makes things a lot more hard, not easier to connect. But then you still need a little bit of technical know-how. Steam, on the other hand, makes it much easier. So what Steam does is okay, and many other people around the globe, okay. So what Steam did was to have a sort of a server side of things. Beep, beep, beep. So what you do is you connect to the server, you host a game, and then anyone who connects, they can see your game. And it makes things a little bit easier. So this part makes this little thing here allows a new term which we commonly use now as matchmaking. Okay, now do note that matchmaking in general, it's not a Steam exclusive thing. It's just that many other platforms also does it. It's just that Steam makes it a little bit, basically kind of streamlined a little bit more, just a little bit more. Battle.net also did its improvement as well, and then of course down the line we got so many things. EA has their thing, Ubisoft has their thing, but predominantly it's available for I must say PvP. It's mainly a strategy game exclusive back then. That's the reason why Battle.net is kinda a, I won't say a pioneer, but a pioneer in it. And then because Steam has games like CS2, obviously the most important thing was Team Fortress, TF2 predominantly, right? And TF2 utilized this server thing a lot, stress test everything, and found out that it's people are much more inclined to play if they don't need to know any technical stuff. As long as they have a button, join game. That's it, right? Because of that, that makes things super easy. So that comes to the next thing is for brawlers. So brawlers has two different modes, which is good as well. So we have the tried and true versus random. So this is your matchmaking, and then versus custom. So you can host a match that people can join you. So we have two things, and this is important because if you want a game that needs player versus player or co-op, doesn't matter, it requires player to connect to each other, you need at least the base first, right? So if they have the host, which means peer to peer, I connect to you, you connect to me, no problem, right? Probably solve half of the problem. Then the other half is you want to enable matchmaking. That's it. You want a slightly automated stuff like play, match now, join now, however you want to call it. So there we go. There we go. Now the next question is that what happened to the server side of Brawlers, because Brawlers doesn't have any issue. So the next thing is usually this, right? It's usually the server went down either by either on purpose, for example, maintenance and whatnot. That's the usual case. The other case is just server got overloaded, which I highly doubt for Brawlers, right? It is definitely not the overloaded part. However, with that being said, I do not know which server, what server, or how the server is set up for Brawlers. So everything is, I don't know. It is questionable in many cases. And because this is a rare occasion, so most likely is it's just one of those things where if everything wants to fail, it will just fail. Yeah, there's no other like reasoning to it. If it fails, it fails. Yeah, it's one of those things. If you dabble a little bit in like technical stuff for PC and whatnot, when it fails, it fails. Yeah, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you no matter how hard you try to figure out what causes the issue, it just like doesn't work. And then the fun bit is you just turn it on, off and on again. Ta-da! Everything fixes. So most likely the server requires a reboot, and that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So that's the problem. I'm not say that's the problem. That's the main problem when you have a server. Yeah, maintenance is important. And that goes to the next few things as well. Like for example, you want to, not say you want to, that actually opens up a next discussion, because if you have a game that runs on a server, there will be a, what do you call this? A maintenance cost. There will be a cost to run the server. And for that comes to the question, if publisher sells games, yeah, I kind of see this, but kind of didn't want to take a risk. Just realized now we're on equal terms ish. Could have played 5-1. Yeah. Okay. Where was I? Oh yes. So the cost of maintenance, the cost of upkeep, That's I think that's the word I want. The cost of upkeep can be many things. 5-8. Ooh, nice hit. The cost of upkeep will justify. So this is the part where a lot of games lately, they want to have a live server-ish, which is a bit painful. And the question would be, is it worth? What's the word? How? No, not how. Okay, if a game requires a server to upkeep, most games back then has a subscription. And if the game has subscription, if the players goes down, subscription counts goes down, obviously the game would just die at the end of the day. Because if we don't get enough player, that's it. That's it. Would you hold on a sec? Let me put a pin on that. I want to figure out, would Daily Diamond place a 6? Oh, 7. 7 is a GG for me. GG for me. The 8 kind of kills me. Yeah. All right. So back to the question is, if nobody plays, nobody subscribe. No. The first thing is nobody subscribe. If nobody subscribe, that means there's no financial. There's no flow of income. What is the word? There is another word for this. It's not profit. It's definitely flow of income. But what's the other word for it? Okay, you know what? Let's use the base. Let's use the base word. If there's no income flow, that means there is not enough money to maintain the server. And when there's not enough money to maintain the server, everything just cascade, and that's how the game dies. Straight up. Straight up, that's how the game mostly dies. Oh, come on. Now, for brawlers, oh, come on. And actually, that's what happened to games like The Crew. So The Crew, nobody plays anymore. There's no income flow into the game. So having a server kind of makes no sense. So that's the reason why they don't bother with that anymore. And they close the game. Now, when they close the game, all right, so the next part is that you can't play anymore. And that's bad. That's bad and that's sad in general. Yeah, there's no way to look at it. That's bad and sad. And because if you pay, so the difference is, if it's a free to play game, sure, you know what, if it's dead, it's dead. Yeah. Not gonna cry about it, right? If it's free to play. But if it's a paid game, and then the question is, what is a paid game? But the moment you put money into a game, I'm considered that as a paid game. And if you pay a game and the game just went belly up, and then you can no longer play that game, that's rubbish. Straight up, that's rubbish. Unfortunately, all the Web3 games are exactly the same. The moment they went belly up, can you still play the game? Answer is no. We do not know about brawlers just yet, so I'm going to lump into that category for now, right? If let's say the server just went up, right? If the server is closed, what would happen to brawlers? Question mark, right? If the developers are nice and if the developers are, not say are, I'm going to say this. I mean, if the developer comes from the gaming side, as in video game side, or actually, you know what? Not even. If the developers are nice and good, they will make it offline. If they decided to close up the server, that applies to every other games out there. Yeah, there's no easy way to. Oh, this could be a good time to do it, right? Yeah, could be. There's no reasoning to it. That's how I'm gonna say. There's no reasoning for it. And that's it. And that's it. Can I get away? Probably will pop up a 6 or a 7. 5-hour challenge. So that's that. And ooh, 5-hour challenge, like I said. 5-8 show me. 5-8. Normally Victor will press a 1, think a little bit, and then hits a 3. Yeah, there we go, 5-8. Right on the money. But like I said, 5-hour challenge. Okay, so that's that. That's that. And so with that being said, the question is now the channel itself, my channel. Is it growing? And the answer is, you know what? It's kind of a big no. Kind of big. You know what? It's kind of a big no. Yes. It's not growing. And that is a problem. Regardless how you see it, it's a problem. And the next problem is what? No, not the next problem. The first problem is we are not growing. And of course, we need to identify why are we not growing. So the next problem would be the content. And that is a interesting point, because if you want to change if I want to change, which I might have to, if I want to change the content, the next question I would ask myself is, who do I service to? Or who am I entertaining? What is this stream for? That's the question. That is the question that I can never answer. It's like I want to be a little bit greedy in terms of that, but at the same time, is it worth it? Obviously, number one is you want to stream to your community. However, no matter how big or small it is, that's how I put it. And yeah, no matter how big or small, that's why I still continue. But the next question is, can it maintain? That's the thing. Can it maintain this? Not say this. Obviously, we still want to grow. Yeah, obviously. 8-8, show me. So that's the path right now. That's the roadblock. Is if I continue to stream the community, it will be small, right? Small and niche, which is good and bad at the same time. Good is that is how big it would be. Bad, no, good is we have community to stream too. Bad as in that's how big it would be. When should we do a Brawlers Night time sudden death tourney? That's up to you. That's up to you. Like I said, every Tuesday and Thursday. Right now, I don't think I have anything blocked out for Tuesday and Thursday. No, I've already blocked out every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. PT time. So I will be open. For at the moment, looking at the schedule that I have, it's mostly I'm here. Except one, unless I do an advance announcement. Unless I do an advance announcement. Yeah. Tuesday and Thursday, that is up to you. I'll let you decide. I will reach halftime. Yeah, I need to move to halftime. Yeah, plan ahead. Yeah, you guys get a date, and then you guys can just tell me, and then I'll just mark it at that date itself. Because at the moment I don't have anything planned in advance, so Tuesday and Thursday is clear. That's how it is. Yeah. Yeah, just let me know the details. Whew. Okay. So before we end the halftime, to close the topic for the day is the main question. Target audience. The target audience. Do you change your target audience and then hope that you can get more or not? Okay. All right. So with that, let's see what stats we have right now. All right. So I'll make it official, as in the stats and whatnot. So the first most important stats is obviously how many people are viewing or watching the channel. And then the next question is, are they getting? Only crypto people will put up the bugs. That's the problem. That's the problem. Who is the target audience? Is it for crypto bros? Because crypto bros, obviously, if this game has no profit, they are not bothered. So we have another issue. But I'm not going to talk about that. That is something for another day, or something not for today. All right. So let's see. According to my Twitch, all right. I think we are. Yeah, no, I would say I'm quite stagnant for quite some time. That's not cool because most people will get. Let's see. Let's go for channel dashboard. Probably I need to do. Not say I need to do feeding. Running a stream channel is definitely takes a lot of effort. And of course, it's the content. Content is king. At the end of the day, the key thing, right? No matter how you see it, no matter how I talk about giving any whatever reasons, at the end of the day is who tunes into my channel, who tunes into Brawlers. First question, right? Who will tune into Brawlers? Yeah. Secondly, because I do a little bit of game dev on the side, now that goes a little bit, I won't say a little bit of issue, but that goes to issue, not say issue number 2, but if I were to deviate from the key thing, everything changes. Everything changes. And if I were to, not to say, the next best thing is follow the trend. But what trend? Which trend? Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing though. Which trend? What trend? That is the most painful part in general. Okay, so I think okay, so we have that. All right, so let's see. My channel right now, we have, you know, we have a decent, I won't say a decent view count, but at least we have some viewers, so that's good in a way. I have 242 followers as of today. As of today. Now, one of the key thing is obviously, I can't just stream for an hour and call it a day, right? Or call it a night. In general, nobody will. Not say nobody watches a short stream, but usually, not many people will watch short streams. That part, you know what? We will take a look. We will take a look at other people's streams and see how they, not say how they get views, and see what they do. All right. Now, obviously, I want to point this out. Not all streams are created equal. Okay. Even though some people has high views count and whatnot, for all we know, it could be botted. It could be people pay for views. That is kind of some way to do their marketing. Kind of. Yeah, kind of. I don't have an answer for that. So with that, that's the let's end that note for the halftime show. Yep. We will never, not say we will never know. That's the reason why I'm doing this. Try, and then if I fail, so be it. Try, and that. Okay, so that's that for the chit chat part and the brawler part. Now, next part, we're gonna move on to the game dev, and I think I will open up with this now. Since because I'm playing brawlers and doing game dev, now the question is, I'm dividing my audience into half, which is bad. All right, I'll be frank. Putting up, doing game dev, and then playing brawlers, and then now because I cut my time into half, things are pretty. I'm not saying it's literally cutting my audience into half. People who tune into brawlers, and then people who tune into game dev. So that's the next question. That's the, I won't say that's the problem, but that's kinda the problem. Kinda. Normally you want to stream, not say stream. Some people will stream different things on different days and whatnot, right? So that's them. They have their plan. Some people are personality style streams, so people will tune in regardless of what they do. Unfortunately, this is not the channel at the moment. Maybe I need to change that. Maybe. Okay. Anyway, that's the thing I need to point it out first before we move on. Yep. Unfortunately, right? Dividing your audience into half is not a good idea. Not a good idea. But I think that's the only thing left that I can do to add value per se. And then the next question is, what is the value of watching my stream? What is the value of watching a brawler game? Because it all boils back to the same thing. If there's no players for brawlers, that means something is not attracting players or attention. Yeah, and that backs to square one. Who's the target audience? Okay, let's go with this. Okay, so we want to clean this up. And then this one, all right, up, left, okay, man. All right, cool. Okay, so let's fix this first. Clicker mini game. So anyway, I think that's the end. That's the end for my chit chatty. Now we're gonna move on to the game dev part. Because game dev part we need to do a few things. So first thing is, let's see what we want to do. So this is good. A little recap from last week and last episode is that for clicker mini, not clicker mini, for the slider mini game, we don't really need a start and stop. The moment we click this, it will automatically start, and then if we click the tree again, it will stop. Click the tree to restart again, and then we have a new button that we say stop, or can say restart. So for this guy, we have buttons all done. However, for this we have issue because the clicker mini game, the moment we click this, it should not start automatically. It should have some data and some, not say data, it has to go at least a screen that says some, not say some, it cannot auto start. This clicker cannot auto start because I tried to do auto start, it kind of failed in a way, like it doesn't feel right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna rewrite this whole entire thing. And I forgot to change that, so let's go. Okay, for clicker, So for clicker, what we want to do is the moment we click into the game, right? So the moment we click into the game, we want to check our first perimeter. Okay. Reset and set up. All right, so reset and set up the game. Obviously, first we will get our game manager. And next up is we want to set up everything. And to set it up, what we want to do is we always want to do a reset of the game. But before we reset the game, we want to have a new perimeter. And that perimeter is setup. Okay, so we're going to use the word setup. And what we're going to do is, if not setup, we're going to reset the game. And then we're going to have a, not say instruction, but notification to start the game. So setup equals, no. So we're going to use this. So this setup equals true. Okay. Now, unfortunately, there might be some sequencing issue. And this is the part where we want to not put it in. So yeah, reset game. Put it here. Notification. All right. So reset and set up. Okay, yeah, we ignore everything down here. Notification. So for this, what we can do, we can add one extra word for it, like a indication. So it will be click the fields or the button to start. All right, there we go. Click combo. So we want this title. Yes, title 2. Yeah, title 2 onwards, we don't really need it. So we need a new title. Let's see, title. This is, I'm gonna call it notification. Okay, we're gonna say click, yeah, click the, click or, all right, so give it a simple notification. All right, so it's somewhere in the, yeah, here. All right, and then next part is we want to enable notifications. So we're gonna have two game objects. Number of clicks, mini game status, setup, click timer. All right, now we're gonna have a new thing called UI. Okay, UI. We're gonna have two different UI. So this is notification UI, and it's gonna be game UI. So notification UI needs to true, and then game UI we will turn it off. Okay, so for that makes things easier. Notification UI, and let's put a game with empty, and then we're gonna call this game UI. All right, game UI done. So what's all in the game UI? Everything. Everything from here. So we should see something like that. All right. Next up, we need a button before we do anything. So this button will be hidden under notification. No, not notification. Just yeah, like this. So this, I'm gonna call it action button. All right, and then we will get the action button name, because we need to change some stuff later, or it's supposed to say like if the game starts. Yeah. All right, Brichter, thank you for tuning in. TM Pro, we got TM Pro. Action button text. Okay, there we go. Text equals, okay, start game. All right, simple as that. Okay. So if we were to click, it should say start game. The next part is we need to have so obviously sequencing of the if we want to reuse the same like things, yeah, we need to do a few the changes. Come on, compile please. Okay, there we go. Next up, since we want to use back the same button, that means we want to use back this button. So what we want to do is we need to put this last. Actually, no need last. No need last. We just add this command return. That means it will not execute anything below here if it's not set up. So set up game. Okay, now what we can do is once the game is set up, and then we want to check if the game has started. Okay. And what we want to do is, yes, there we go. We want to get, all right, so the game has set up, the game has not started. We want to deduct the first, and then we want to do a game start. So we need to do our deduction of stuff over here, and then game status. So once the game has started, which automatically, so if the game is not start, do this, and then if game start, by default, with that one button click, it will execute this. If the game not start, change it to start, and then it will do the next part, which is wait, before we do that, else we need this, because if we don't, all right, if everything is set up but we fail to do this part, we can check. Oh, we don't need to. Actually, we don't need to. We can put another check over here. Setup is true because there's a return check for what do you call this? Check for resources. Yeah. Check our resource. Okay. Because we need to have this next notification is we don't have enough resource. Not enough wood. That would be interesting though. Probably I'll change that later. Okay. So when we click, it will set up everything. It should display, yes, it must display everything here. So we're going to copy this again. We're going to put it here. The only difference is we do not do anything. No, there we go. There we go. Start game, not enough wood, or whatever it is. We don't care about you. What we care is the button. Button clicker is false. True. Now the next question is, obviously, you will do a reset. Because when we exit, yeah, okay, cool, game start. There we go, game start. Because when we exit, it will reset the game. When it reset the game, it will reset the setup, and that's how it is. Every time we click, no. Oh, if it's not set up, okay, if it's not set up, it will reset. If it's set up, it will not reset. Reset only happens when we click outside of the game. All right. Poof. Okay, start game, not enough wood. I'll just put it there because we also need to put not enough energy. If it's not enough energy, yada yada yada. All right, so game start. Don't care about you, don't care about you. So once the game is counter. Okay. Check for resources, blah blah blah. Since we are reset, game setup. Okay, so timer value. UI, let's remove all this UI. Because we kind of don't really need those UI at the moment, other than the main thing, which is setup. And game start. So setup true. Game start. Okay. So when game start, register for clicks. So when game start, I will put it under here. Because the game has started, we can ignore everything of this, and now we can do just this portion. Then everything down here, we kind of don't need it anymore. So like button clicker, UI, we need our UI. Okay, so what UI do we need? No, some of them we don't really need. Game stop, blah, 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 blah. Game start. Next up we want to put is if our clicker is active. This is where we want our UI. So we're going to use the clicker active as a, all right, so if a clicker is not active, clicker is active. This is just a debug status. That's mainly for me to debug. So clicker, game over UI. In general, UI is always false. That's where the setup comes in. Notification, game UI is false. Setup, this is game over. Game over UI. Let's double check that later. So click. All right, so we click, and if click not active, it will show the slider. Yeah, and then you can click away. What else? Time slider, UI, button clicker. We don't need you anymore. Okay, cool. So let's delete everything here. We don't need it. Then now we can go back and see what we really need. Clicker active, harvest button. Don't need you. Timer counter games. Okay, so game start we need. So this would be part of a timer counter. We just leave it there. Harvest button. Oh, this is for the next part. All right. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. All right. So as long clicker active, game start. Game start is the key thing. So when the game start, timer. If the timer hits there, clicker active is false, which means we should not be able to do any clicks. So what we're gonna do is no, we just leave it as it is. We just want to stop our game. Keep it simple. Okay. Disable clicker. Yes, disable clicker, so we don't care about you. It's automatically game start false. Stops everything up here. Timer so we reset. No, we reset the timer. Safety. Stop game. I know we don't need to actually, because this thing will literally just stop everything. Clicker game over, yes. Time slider, yes. Button clicker set active false, we don't need you. Mini game complete. Mini game. All right, mini game complete. Would gather, yes. Reset game, because this part will reset almost everything. Yeah, this thing will definitely reset a lot of things up here. All right, so when we go to reset, clicker active, we do need it. Yep. Okay, we already know what this already. Reset, clicks. Clicker game UI. Okay, so this part we have to do it again. Now what we want to do is we want to change clicker game. Okay, no. Yes, notification, because we want to change to the no setup. So notification has to be on again. So first thing first, true, game UI false. And then for this is the other way around. The moment we have not set up, notification is true, false. So after setup, and then if we click again, that means here, right? So when we click a game start, that means we have to turn on the UI. Game UI, so false, true. And then this is where the next part is. Action button, start game. Action button, harvest. And now because we do a reset over here, okay, so this whole thing technically goes all the way back up here again. Unfortunately, because we don't really click the button again, we need to put a new thing. So we need to put a void setup game, because this will literally take the same thing as up here. After reset game, see the fun bit is it says reset game, right? Because we don't need everything else, we just need this. Because reset game automatically will set up. So we grab the whole entire bunch of over there, copy, and we can literally just put here. Setup for new game. The only difference is, what about UI? Delete. Okay, notification, everything is all set. Clicker game over UI is false, and then notification. So when the game starts, time slider is true. Just to make sure everything is good, click over. Okay, no, let's go through one by one. Okay, Click game UI. Oh, it's just here. We only need the game UI. We just need the game UI. Okay, everything is kinda. Oh, I forgot to change. No, been talking. All right, cool. Just gonna leave it there. Oh, again, I just realized again I've been talking without showing the script. Tisk. All right, thank you for tuning in, Daily Buddha. Until then, I'll see you again. Okay, play. So if you click, yeah, click the field button or start. Since there's no start, click the field again. Yeah, it did not work because we need to do a few checks. All right, so let's make sure a few things needs to go through. Okay, setup, reset game, make sure everything is reset, and then setup game will say setup true, and then button clicker. Yep, action button is over there. Button clicker is action button. Oh, okay. I think I know why. We need a notification, like for example, click the field button to start because there's nothing. Yes, so we need a notification. Yep. Okay, cool. That's good. That means everything is kind of working. This notification UI, notification text. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, equals. Not enough resources, which later we will do a little bit of changes as well. We need to make sure the whole loop is good, then we will do our visual polish. And then we also need to figure out a way. No, you know what? Let's do it today. All right. We're going to improve the stream slowly today. And we're going to aim. Yeah, that's the part we need to. I want to talk about it today as well. But I reserve that to the last part. Because the last part we will do our logistics. Because I am also streaming on Kick. We want to try to, kill two birds in one stone. Right, multi-streaming. All right. Okay, everything it seems to be done on this side. Okay, press play. And then at the same time, I think after we finish this mini game per se, next week is kinda. Not say next week. The next few stream session is in general. It will be a visual work in progress thing. So it will back to an hour, but because I need to do modeling and stuff, yeah, I won't be touching the code part. Not enough resources. There we go. So the moment we have enough resources, this is the part we want to avoid. That automatically it goes into play. So no, we don't want it to auto play. So what we want to do is we want to stop. The moment we click it, we want to stop straight away. So the problem is here. When we click the button, it sorts of change everything here. So what we want to do is do a quick little debug. That's the part we want to change. We want to make sure when we click the field, it will just wait. Click the field, it says setup, not enough resources. Okay, so because when we click, I just realized when we click outside of the map, the setup does not get reset. The answer is, I know what happened. That is bad. Okay, so the problem is here. Unfortunately, it's this guy. So what we want to do is we cannot put the setup under reset because automatically it will reset. So reset game, setup game. Okay, so with that, we should not have that issue anymore. Unfortunately, when the game is done, we have to have, oh no, we can have one more status. We can have one more status, and the status would literally reset up the game. But we need to make sure the game loop is working first. All right, so if we click here, it says not enough resources. Click out, it says yeah. Click here. All right, so we can start the game here, or we can click the field we don't want to. Click again. All right, so everything works. Now, next part is if we were to click the field again. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, see, that part we want to avoid. So what we want to do, we want to do a safety net. We want to do a safety net. And that is the moment we finish our clicks, we want to have a hard stop, like a big clear notifications and says, do you want to restart? So with that, what we want to do is once we finish, okay, so this whole entire setup is good, it's working, it's great. Now, once the game is done, all right, mini game complete. We don't want to auto reset. We just want to have like this. Simple as that. But we want to enable a new, we need to switch this into a button. Unfortunately, we have to switch this into a button. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a reset button, or we click away. Yeah, I'm not going to change my spelling error. Okay. So the moment we end the game, I think that's the safest. We will have a button says restart. When we click restart, it will go back to the first loop rather than going into the game again. I think that's the problem. That's the ultimate problem. All right, so click. Yep, done. Click, and then because we have resources, we can click, or we can harvest. All right, game over. So game over, everything should shut down. We should not be able to do anything. And then there should be a button that says restart. Okay, so that's the key thing. Okay. So once we are done here, minigame complete. We want to switch away. So what we're going to do is we want to turn off both UI. No, go away. Wrong one. Oh, no, wrong one. Yes, gotcha. We want to turn off game UI. So to make things easy, we make sure both things are false. All right. And then we will have a game over like a result. That way we can do a few things, and then we will have a button, right? So this is going to be a dedicated button. So we're going to have a reset button. So instead of using, so this one really needs to tie into a button instead. You cannot click the field, you need to click the button. And I think that's the only thing that I can, how do I put it this way? Sacrifice middle ground. That's the middle ground that we, yeah, button reset. Right. That's the middle ground that not us, that's the exception to the rule. Yeah, setup active, true. And then when we reset, okay, when we do a full reset, it would be false. Okay. Yeah. This button reset is a dedicated reset button. By default, if you have a button click, it will automatically be no. Hold on a sec. We need, yeah, okay, cool. Yes, that's correct. We need another this is gonna be game reset. This is gonna state this only applicable to, it's gonna be a reset stop. Okay, start reset stop equals false. Button reset set active also false. Copy this whole thing. True. Game reset status. Okay, yes. And then if the reset stop is if, so what we want to do is we want to bar the whole entire thing, because this whole function, unfortunately, because it's not just a button, it's also a selectable on the 3D side, the visual selection thingy. So what we're going to do is we just copy the whole entire thing, delete, and paste. So basically, without doing this, we cannot click. That's the reason why. All right, reset game. So reset stop. All right, so once we do a reset stop, that's where we do a, this is a dedicated button, so I'm just going to call that, and then we're going to do a reset game. And then we're going to do a reset stop. No, not stop. False. Okay, and then might as well just put the whole entire reset up here. All right, so when we start, it's a reset stop. Game over results. Okay, cool. Again, forgot to change. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna add a new button, and then I'll don't worry, I will I'll repeat what I just did. Okay. So this is gonna be a reset button. Okay, there we go. Game UI, clickables, button reset, assign. reset game. Clicker button reset stop. Okay. Okay, I messed that up. To play. Whew. Just like that for one. Oh, I don't like this. Okay, I don't like. All right. Okay, so variable button reset has not been assigned. No, right? Oh, I didn't assign. Okay, there we go. Check. Okay, so I've clicked not enough resources. Click, stop, click, setup, click. All right, click, setup. Because we spam at the button over here, okay? So harvest. All right, just all right. So reset game cannot be here. All right, cannot be at this location. I will put it in the middle here, and then the results will be down here, so we don't accidentally press again. Okay. Yeah. Okay, making sure. All right. Yeah, we don't need here. We need mainly on the visual side. Okay, action button all the way up here so that we don't accidentally spam. And it's the same thing as well, the mode. So if we click here, it will not do anything. Oh, no, sorry, not do it. All right, start game. Don't care about this. Okay, so once it reset game, we need to remove the word harvest, but if we click this, nothing happens. We click harvest, nothing happens. But when we press reset game, boop, we should see the notification over here. So that's the part we need to change. Okay. Okay, so first thing, what we need to do is remove button clicker. Okay, get the game over result. Okay, and then game over results. We don't care about that. All right, so when we press reset, button reset stop, it actually goes through this whole thing. We don't need to reset the game. Only button reset stop is kind of a button. No, yeah, it's kind of like a button click again because we need to go through this game setup and reset. So that's the reason why we just copy these two. And put it back here. So we have to reset again. Reset game. Reset game. All right, let's go. Let's go. If this worked, that means the clicker game is complete. Like the mechanic and everything is complete. The rest is just visual. And then visual, we also kind of nail down the visuals per se. We just need to just clean up a little bit more. Click. Not enough resources. Click. All right. Start. Harvest. Nothing. Reset. Click. All right. Since we don't reset, click away. Come in. All right. So if we officially exit, now what we want to do is we want to create a different reset. So when we reset the game, so either you click out and then you come back in again. That's where you do your game reset status. Okay. We clean up as much as we can. Now let's go back. Let it compile. And after this, that will be the end of the stream. But before we end, I want to go through some of the logistics stuff as well. We want to make sure all the description is properly put in my Kick description and my Twitch description. That's the number one reason why I'm not getting it, but let's go through the whole entire journey. All right, don't care about you. Start game, harvest. All right, that's it. So reset game. If I press reset, yeah, not bothered. Okay, reset. Click out. Don't care about you. Restart. Okay. So the difference is between this, because the reason why the slider mini game doesn't need it, because it doesn't have a timer, like I said last time. Okay, start game, don't care. Because this one has a timer, we don't want it to automatically move. Click out, click in again, there we go. Click out, click in again. Start game. And then if it says reset, all right, so now if I were to reset, not enough resources, fixed. That's it. That's it. All right. So that's all I have for you for today. Now, before we go, I wish you good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night wherever you are. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Until then, I will see you guys same time, same place, 9 p.m. PT time, only on Twitch and on not only on Twitch and on Kick. I will see you guys 9 p.m. PT time on Kick and on Twitch. With that, we want to write down description. We need to make sure we have a description. Okay, so first thing first is we want to go to our Kick. We want to put the most important description, the time, the stream schedule. And then we're going to put the most cliche stuff like about me and stuff like that. And then, because if I look at all the normal streams, let's go with Kick. Kick, if I can get on average 10 viewers a day, I'm going to be happy. I'm definitely going to be happy though, if I can get. All right, stream. No, let's do about me first. About the stream. Okay, just gonna do a quick little one. This not join me. I have this. Okay, come and tune in, talk about video games, talk about Web3 games, talk about games that I'm making using Twitch chat. Okay, so that's the description. Come tune in, talk about video games, talk about Web3 games, and talk about and participate. And join me on a game journey. All right, talk about video games, join me in a game dev journey, play my game on stream, play my game that I create on stream using chat. There we go. Okay. got it. Create about the stream. All right, that's on Kick. So you should see a description on Kick. Okay, so on Twitch, now we need to get something on Twitch. We're gonna go to home. No, I don't think home is the right answer. Stream manager, there should be a place for me to do some cards and whatnot, right? Stream together, manage goals. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do a manage goal. 250 follower, yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. Add an overlay to browse. Yeah, all right, so we need to do a few things. We want to make it cool and great. Okay, I will do this on the next stream. We want to get as much visual on the stream itself, which we want to get a few things so you guys can see. The chat will still be chatting. And I think that's one of the things I need to fix as well. We are not seeing the chat. If I will go full screen, we won't see the chat. So we need to change this a little bit. So we're gonna work this today as well. Right. But first, can I do anything on Twitch? Add a stream marker, no. Save those, no. Update title, no. Stop, no. Stream, community, chat, clear chat history, no. Not monetizing at all. Manage my poll, manage goals, yes. Okay, good. Oh, okay, I don't have a way to do this. Back channel. All right, I think go directly to the channel itself. Like I said, we are doing it on stream. Oh, if that's the case, let's do this. We're gonna duplicate. This is okay, yeah. Okay. I can't do this because it will cut. No overlay. No, let's fix this. Let's fix this first. Okay, yes, we have to do this. Yeah. If you want to chat, we have to do this. All right, problem solved. Problem solved. Yeah, we have to do this. No choice. Okay. All right, so we are on the chat itself now. July recap. No, don't care. Please share your plus program. Don't care. Report. No, report. You cannot call in to join your own stream. Give sub. No. Okay, no. Let's see. Can I add a panel? Edit panels. Okay. Yes. Add text or image. Yep. Text or image about the stream. Yes. All right. Submit. And we are done. Okay. About the stream. Come tune in. Oh, no. I've forgotten one key thing. We forgot to put the time. Stream every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. PT. Yes, that's the most important thing, because if nobody knows when to tune in. Yeah. All right. Stream. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Done. Donezo. Donezo. Okay. There we go. Done. All right. So that's all I have for you for today. All right. that's it. And for those who are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and have this channel grow. Until then, I will see you guys in the next stream this Thursday. And then we need to slowly improve. What can we do to improve, right? What